All right, so now review. Basically, this was GET and POST requests through the Fetch API. There is another API. I think it's XML request, XML HTTP request, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Which I believe Fetch uses that behind the scenes. But basically, it's another way to connect, and also you can use that to stream files and stuff like that. So I like using Fetch for basically everything, and file uploads I use the XML HTTP request. So the Fetch returns a promise, which you can chain them together. You can chain .then, res.json. You also have res.html and res.blob and other things. You have various functions that are returned by the fetch request. So let's just look at this API real quick. You've got response.json, which will create a JSON object. Which will create a JavaScript object from a string. But you can have response. Okay. Static methods, JSON, redirect, instance methods, array buffer, blob. You have bytes, clone, form data. You have all sorts of stuff. Okay. Basically, you're really only going to be using JSON. There's not many, it's not HTML, it's text. There's not really much of a reason not to use that one. Although sometimes you will use others. There are edge cases, but like 90%, if not, higher percent of all HTTP requests or HTTPS requests are handled through this, because JSON is just, that's how the front end and back end communicate with each other quite often. So let's look at what's next. No thanks, I don't care. See you in the next video.